Tonight is the vice presidential debate, Mike Pence versus Kamala Harris. It'll be interesting to watch. Frankly, all it's going to be is entertainment. That's about it. Our country, as I've said over and over again, the government has broken away from we the people. We are now in a revolutionary mode. The American people need to rise up and do it for themselves. And that's what I write about in my new book, It Takes a Revolution, Forget the Scandal Industry. You can pre-order it at Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, BooksAMillion.com, Borders.com, all the major booksellers. So get your popcorn for tonight, get your Diet Coke, get your beer and wine, put your feet up on the coffee table, and enjoy it. Because unfortunately, what we have ahead of us is a revolution. We're in a revolution right now. And I advocate a peaceful and legal revolution. That's why I do want you to read that book, It Takes a Revolution, Forget the Scandal Industry. So enjoy it for tonight, but turn it off for tomorrow. And the hard reality is this. As I've said, I support the president. I will vote for the president. I say that personally, not in my public interest capacity. But as of today, I just have this sinking feeling, and I think you probably do too. If you layer the voter fraud that's happening with these mail-in ballots, if you put that on top of the mess that's been created over COVID-19, and, I've been someone who believes basically what the president believes, that these masks, frankly, don't stop COVID-19, the draconian measures over stay-at-home orders, the dictatorial power of the of the state and local governors. I brought lawsuits against Gavin Newsom in California, which the court is putting a monkey wrench into. It's right down the street from the state capitol. His thing has been mishandled on every side of the fence. But here's the problem, is that the American people don't vote for somebody because they believe in him. They vote against you, okay? And the president, regrettably, as many good things as he's done, has created an image, an odor, in the 20% of the American people who are not on the right or on the left. They're in the middle. And most of them are probably going to vote for Biden. It's just a reaction to the way the president has handled himself publicly. And it's regrettable, but the president's handled himself that way, much in the same way that Roger Stone, shot his mouth off and handled himself and wound up getting himself indicted and convicted on 7 counts of perjury. Not that he didn't deserve it. But, you have to speak softly and carry a big stick. That's what Teddy Roosevelt said. He was a tough guy, too. He was even tougher than than Trump. He wasn't tougher than Reagan. And here's what I've been saying, is that the president needs to tone it down right now. He can't be standing on the balcony of the White House. And the Democrats have said he looked like Mussolini. You know what? I mean, there's some truth to that. He did look like Mussolini. And this, he's not Mussolini, okay? I know that he's trying to do the right thing. But unfortunately, he's up against very large forces. There's a deep state in the executive branch of government that is more powerful than he is. You can read about it in my book, It Takes a Revolution. It's not new. Most people think the CIA had Kennedy hit because they didn't like what he did at the Bay of Pigs in Cuba. They thought he was soft on communism. You can go on and on. Lyndon Johnson lying to us about the Gulf of Tonkin, starting the Vietnam War, which cost us several 100,000 lives and people maimed, 55,000 lives and hunters maimed. I can go on and on. You read about it in my book. You got the Congress, which are a bunch of jokers. The Democrats are going to be in power probably of both branches because the Republicans have done little to nothing. Obamacare. Where is their plan on Obamacare? What have they done in that regard? What have they done about holding the criminals like Clinton, the Obamas, the Bidens accountable? Nothing. Lindsey Graham is going to be thrown out on his rear end in South Carolina in all likelihood because people see that he's just a joke. I mean, this guy's not serious about anything. And as far as the Supreme Court is concerned, yeah, they'll ram through Amy Coney Barrett. But you know what? The people don't even care that much about the Supreme Court anymore because they know it's a bunch of political hacks on both sides, and they don't make rulings based on the law or on the Constitution, but on who appointed them to office. It's become a joke. So the whole government has broken down. And if you think Trump is the savior, as Hannity does in his book, Live Free or Lie, that's what I call it, you're sorely mistaken. So it's the American people that need to rise up. And in my book, I give solutions on how we can rise up and wage a second American revolution with citizens' grand juries, with other things that we can do now to take control back of the country as our founding fathers did in 1776. You know, they tried to reason with King George III. They didn't want to break away from Great Britain initially. And King George III turned a deaf ear on them, had his hack judges like we have today on the federal bench make rulings that put them in a tyrannical state of mind and situation. And they had no choice but to declare a new country and a new free country. Now, we're faced with that right now. I don't want to see violence. I don't want to see bloodshed. But unless we succeed at the way we're doing it right now, it won't be Larry Klayman that starts it or even finishes it, or you, in most likelihood. But it's going to happen, and we're going to see a civil war, almost regardless of who wins the next election. But the reality is right now, you got to stop drinking the Kool-Aid. Trump is probably not going to win, and we need to prepare for that eventuality. And that's why I say, rise up now, get ready, and get prepared, just as our founding fathers and the colonialists did. Now, of course, I hope he wins, and I've done everything I can in the last 4 years to try to defend him, even though, you know, I haven't had any contact with him, thanks to probably Roger Stone, who's defamed Jerry Corsi and me, and we've got lawsuits that are pending. You know, the president picks people that he finds on Fox News for political posts and other posts. Well, you know, Fox News has turned left. You know, this is not the place to be looking for people to help you, believe me. So this is the story now. Forget about who wins the next election. We need to rise up right now, and we need to take our country back with a second American revolution. So purchase my book. It Takes a Revolution. Forget the scandal industry. I'm not really going to make money off of this. You don't make money in the book world anymore unless you can promote your book and your Hannity on Fox News every 5 seconds. But we need to take stock, and that's my message for today. God bless you. God bless your family. Stay safe, but get ready, because the revolution is coming, and we're already in it. I want to see it done peacefully and legally. You can find the book at Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, Books A Million, Borders.com, everywhere. Take it, read it. This is what influenced the colonialists in 1776 and before that to take action to restore liberty to the colonies. And we need to now restore liberty and freedom to our shores before we go the way of a socialist communist takeover. God bless you. I'll be back tomorrow. Thank you for listening to me.